Hello, welcome back to Musicality. Oh my god. Everyone's let's clap, let's clap. No one's clapping. Sick. There's the clapping. Oh my god, my fans, my 2 million fans. Thank you. So I've been doing a lot of five sauce with Musicality, only because I love them and I wasn't getting much recommendations, but I've been getting a lot of them in. Been getting a lot of Paramore, which I will do soon, I promise. I'll do Harry Styles. I got that one. Pink Floyd, got that one. But today we're gonna do Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Oh my god, exciting. I remember when this album first came out, I was like kind of terrified to listen to it because I remember everyone was just really hating on Joshua Bassett, which is not fun to me because I love him. But I do know I did know at the time who Olivia Rodrigo was, but we'll get into that later. Thank you for this recommendation, Alexis, if you're listening, shout out to you. Thank you for it. But yeah, let's get into the music real quick and then we'll talk more about Olivia Rodrigo Sour. Enjoy. Oh wow. Okay, so we just played Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo. What a good song. I know you get deja vu. Oh my god, I love that song so much. So who is Olivia Rodrigo? Olivia Rodrigo. I knew about her for a while. I remember that she was on Disney. She's an actress first, right? She did a show called Bizarrevark, which is not a great show. Sorry, I remember like making fun of that show a lot. Yeah, sorry, Olivia Rodrigo, not a great show. But then she did go on to do Disney Plus's show. What is it? High School Musical, the musical series. Oh my god! If you were here last week, you know how much I made fun of that title. High School Musical, the musical series. I always joke with my friend back home, Kim. I always say, "Oh my god, did you see like last night's episode of High School Musical musical series?" She's like, "Yeah, oh my god, High School musical series." I'm like, "Yeah, like, oh my god, my favorite character from High School musical series is Ricky." Oh my god, she's like, "My favorite character from High School," yeah, because it's such a it's a very long title, but you know what? I like it. You know, I make fun of it a lot, but I like that title. It's very good. In that show, she plays Nini. Nini is like one of the girls who's like, oh, I've never played lead before, but I'm making my way through high school with my best friend. And oh my goodness, I love this guy named Ricky, but we broke up because he didn't commit to me. I don't remember the first season very much, if you can't tell. But yeah, I don't, I don't really like Nini. Sorry, my favorite character in that show is actually like Ricky. I love that show very much. I still haven't watched the last episode because my brother was supposed to watch it with me because he doesn't see it with me, whatever. Anyway, Zach, you suck. We're supposed to see that show. Olivia Rodrigo is a Pisces. I'm also Pisces. Fun fact about me and Olivia Rodrigo, we have the same birthday. Like, same smack birthday. Like, I'm talking, like, same... Like I'm February 20th. She's February 20th. She's 2003. I'm 2003. She's a Pisces, obviously. I'm a Pisces, obviously. I know. Same birthday, same everything. And have I texted her about it? Yes. Has she gotten back to me? No. But that's okay. She's Olivia Rodrigo. She kind of, like... People knew about her from High School musical series. Like I remember I knew about her because I watched the show and I loved Ricky. I loved Joshua Bassett, which we will get into because I feel like that is a whole drama waiting to happen. But I knew about her, and I remember she would always sing like all the songs. Like a song that I really loved from that show is "All I Want." The "All I Want is love that lasts is all I want. Too much to ask. Is it something wrong with me? Pow, pow, pow. Love that song. That is such a good song. That is such a good song. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting into it. But yeah, the world kind of knew about her from that song. I remember on TikTok they would always like talk about that song and use it as the audio. Yeah, it was really cool. Anyway, but she kind of blew up on TikTok that way. You know what I'm saying? I would always hear songs from the show. I would always hear her singing. People didn't really know about her, but they knew like of like Olivia Rodrigo. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's do a little time jump to May of 2021. I'm pretty sure that's when Sour came out. There was a lot of hype leading up to it because I'm pretty sure one of the first songs that dropped was Driver's License. And that was like the first single that she did. And I remember at this point in time, there was a lot of drama circulating certain things because of Joshua Bassett. So if you don't know who Joshua Bassett is, he plays Ricky on the show alongside Nini. And in the show, they were love interests, but then they broke up because Ricky couldn't commit, whatever. And then they became together again at the end of the show, and because he made this whole speech and it was really cute, and they used to do like all like these cast interviews, like, oh my goodness, Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett, like funny cute moments, whatever, and everyone thought they were a couple, and I'm pretty sure maybe at one point they probably were like a couple, maybe they were dating at one point, but they were really, beside the point, they were really really close, like insanely close. People would see all like the cast interviews moments, and they would be like, oh my goodness, like they're like the perfect couple, or like they're really sweet to one another. She would always hype up all of his songs. He would hype up her a lot. It was just like a mutual kind of thing, until it kind of like slowed down and stopped. And I know all this because I was here for it. I was a fan of the show. I was a fan of them. I still am. So I was here for basically all the little drama that happened, that went down. But but she they kind of like stopped hanging out with one another a little bit, stopped being so vocal about each other, stopped being so around one another. And the drama goes, this is the drama, this is what the kids say. From the kids. This is what I've heard from the kids. Who are the kids? I don't know, but the kids said that Joshua Bassett, oh my god, I feel like I'm like talking about like Cheeseman, like it's his gossip. Anyway, this is what the kids say, okay? Not what I believe, but Joshua Bassett was dating Olivia Rodrigo, but then decided to fall out of love with her, I guess, and started to date Sabrina Carpenter, who is amazing, by the way. She makes amazing music. She's beautiful, and I love her songs too. Let's not bring anyone down in this situation, please. But he started hanging out a lot with her, and then he did like a Halloween costume with her, which is like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It was really cute, and they're really close for a long time. People were like, wait, you stopped hanging out with Olivia. What's wrong with you? What are you doing? But yeah, people were freaking out. People were making all these rumors, all these things, and it just kind of grew more and more and more. You know, people, I think what they love to do on social media is assume what everyone's life is like behind doors and be like, yes, this is exactly what's going on. And I know this is exactly what's going on because I heard it in the lyrics. I heard it in the cast way. I saw the way her voice hurt when she talked about Joshua. I saw the way her eyes hurt. You know what? And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We don't know. But I feel like people just love to, something I want to get into, bandwagon hate. People love to bandwagon hate. And I hate that. And they did it with Joshua, and they did it with Olivia. They did it with Sabrina. It happened to all of them. More so Joshua Bassett, which we'll get into bandwagoning hate, and we'll get into Joshua Bassett a little more later. But yeah, a lot of fans started to notice that they started to just really separate, not talk to each other as much as they did. And so when Driver's License came out, well, Driver's License, from my understanding, or one of Olivia's songs, from my understanding, didn't really have like she had these songs beforehand, and she'd post them on her Instagram, and she had like different lyrics. Like, I think it was, we're gonna assume it was Driver's License, where it talked about a brunette girl, and I think at that time Sabrina Carpenter was like brunette, and then when the official song came out, she changed the lyric to blonde. So, and Sabrina Carpenter at that time was blonde, so we were like, oh my god, it's obviously about Sabrina Carpenter. There's obviously, they were together. Obviously, people are making up all this stuff or saying this is real. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Who knows, right? But anyway, Driver's License came out. One of the saddest songs. Honestly, a really sad song, like a very sad song. And it's a single, and people love to hate on that song now because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of hearing that freaking song. Which, again, bandwagoning hate, right? Where people are like, oh my god, that song is so overrated. But it's like, no, it's just that it's played a lot, and it's played a lot for a reason. Like, a really simple example I could give you is Happy by Pharrell. Like, is it the best song in the world? No, but it's a really good, catchy tune song. People love to hate on it because, like, oh my god, it played every day in 2014. Which, yes, you know what, it did. But it's still a good song. I don't hate it. I don't think it's overrated. I don't think it's whatever. I just think it's a good song that deserves its I guess, accomplishes because it's a good song. Just because it's overrated doesn't mean, or we want to think it's overrated. Also, I want to talk about that word overrated. I hate the word overrated. Like, if something is loved so much, it's not overrated. People just love to say the word over. Oh, Beyonce's overrated. Oh, Olivia Rodrigo's overrated. Oh, Taylor Swift's overrated. Oh, please. Why do you think that they're played so much? Because they're fantastic performers and vocalists and singers and songwriters and all the above. Like, I don't know. Just the hate. Again, we'll talk about bandwagon hate a little bit because I have a lot to say on that. Because I fall into that type of stuff too. But Driver's License came out, and people were freaking out because it's honestly just a very sad song. A song that I could reminds me a lot of it. I'm gonna talk about 5 Seconds of Summer again. Is Amnesia by 5 Seconds of Summer, because it's like one of those songs that hurts so much because it talks about the little things. all the little things. Sorry, One Direction. But it talks about like the little things that happens in like relationships and things that seem so simple that make it hurt so much. Like, for example, like the whole song is literally called "Driver's License," and it's something so simple. She got her driver's license last week, and that's the only thing she can think about because that's what she used to do with her significant other or her lover, whoever you want to call it, right? And now she's upset. Now she's sad because it's all she can think about now. Like, oh, like, guess what? I got my driver's license last week. But remember how you taught me literally everything that I know and how you were so excited to hear if I got it and how you were so excited for me and how we were both waiting for this day and now you're not with me when it came. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so depressing and sad, and I relate to it 100%. Not relationship-wise, but I just relate to how something so simple that you wanted for so long, so badly, is not going to happen anymore. Like, it's done. Like, it's over, that you were so excited for this, and now it's not even feasible to you anymore, you know? Like, again, like, I'm going to compare it to Five Sauce's song Amnesia, where it was, it's like we never happened, was it just a lie? That's the lyric. If what we had was real, how could you be fine? Oh my God. And that could tie up the entirety of what this album means. Like, if what we had was real, how could you possibly be functioning right now? Like, how are you so okay out, like, over the internet, talking to friends on social media, posting pictures? How are you so happy and I'm not, you know? That's kind of the whole theme of the album. How are you looking so great? How is your career doing so fine? Oh my God, great for you, good for you. One of her songs. Good for you, you're doing amazing, but I'm not, you know? And that's exactly what she's kind of saying in all these songs. Not all the songs, but most of the songs on the album, which I just love. And it's pure teenage angst, it's pure emotion, it's pure, and people will love to undermine it because, oh, it's like, girl, like, you're a teenager, calm down, right? Like, people love to say stuff like that, which I do not like. No. People love to invalidate other people's feelings, and if she can express an emotion like this so beautifully through song, then I think she killed it. I think she killed it. She does not deserve any hate that she gets, because a lot of the songs in here lyrically are absolutely insane for her age. Like, I wish I could write as amazing as she could. Like, that is, like, again, a lot, like I'm saying, a lot of lyrics she has in here. Like, lyrically, a really good song I can tell you about right now is Favorite Crime. Like how do you, okay, I can tell that you're Taylor Swift's child. People say that. They always call her Taylor Swift's child because, you know what, she kind of is. Not gonna lie. But that's good. Taylor Swift is like, which, honestly, I should do a Taylor Swift album soon. I'll get onto that. I'll do a Taylor Swift album because, again, like I said last week, I've been getting pretty obsessed with her. I love her lots. Yes. But if you don't know, Taylor Swift is an amazing songwriter, an amazing like lyricist. She can write, oh my God, her emotions perfectly into song, I think. I'll never hate her for that reason, because she is just she is someone who is music. Like, she embodies music to me. I think I was talking to you about this in the car the other day. Yes, where how you can tell the difference between somebody who is music and somebody who is passionate for music.
We went
to talk about.
right?
Yeah. But there's a big difference there, right? Like, how I'm not going to say which artist, right? But, like, there's certain artists, I believe, that are passionate for music, and that's not a bad thing to be compared to someone who is music and who is passionate for music. But there are certain artists out there who are passionate for music, and they're successful, and they're big, and they're huge, and they make these amazing songs with beautiful lyrics. They're relatable lyrics, and you can tell how much they just love music because of their songwriting and the way that they are. But I do think that there's a difference between having all of that and being in music, which sounds so cliche and sounds so like, oh, okay, what do you want about, right? But, like, Taylor Swift is someone to me who embodies music. How she's an amazing, like, songwriter. She can write these amazing and beautiful lyrics that even at a young age that she could do. And to be in music, you don't necessarily have to make these amazing, beautiful songs and have these amazing, beautiful lyrics. I'm just saying that you have to feel the emotion of what music is giving off, that you physically have to be able to be like, wow, like, this affected me in so many ways. I know exactly what this is. I just feel it, that you need it to function. I think, like, a really good artist that does that too is Luke Hemmings from Five Sauce. He is somebody who I think is music. Like, I think even his fiance, like, told him herself that I've never met somebody who needed music to function this way. Like, he just needs music to function, and I feel the exact same way. Like, I hopefully I am the same way too, because, like, music, I do need that in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, But Olivia Rodrigo, I wouldn't know if she feels that way. I do know that she is passionate for music, and I do love the way that she writes her songs, and I think she's very talented in that aspect. But we'll talk more about the album. Let me get into one of my favorite songs off of the album, purely because of the genre that it kind of is. And we'll talk about the genres and whatnot too if you want to. It's like pop, punky, kind of pop, rock, something in between. I don't know. People love to debate on what she is and what she isn't. Who cares? Who knows, right? She makes songs that are for her, and that's all that matters, right? But one of my favorite songs on the album, lyrically is great. Not maybe the most lyrically amazing song on the album, but to me, it's so simple and effective that it just works. It just works. You know what? It works, and I love it. And I don't know if it's most people's favorites, but it's my favorite. And you know what? That's all that matters. Anyway, enjoy "Brutal" by Olivia Rodrigo. Okay. That was 5 Sauce, Castaway. And that was Brutal. Yeah, that is my favorite song from Sour. I think Brutal was also a single, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But I think the thing I also want to touch on is that I hate it when people are like, oh my gosh, you only like the singles? Oh, you're not a real fan. You're a fake fan. Name one song. Like whenever I wear like an ACDC shirt, I've gotten that before when they're like, name one song. I'm like, sick. Bohemian Rhapsody. Just to make them mad. No, let's get back into Olivia Rodrigo. So I want to talk about genres and how I guess people just love to put labels on artists and songs and whatnot, just in general. You know what I'm saying? Like how people I was talking to this about with the people in here in the room earlier, how something something that Ashton Irwin from 5 Sauce mentioned that I love talking about is that he said that they're a band that loves to not be defined by one genre or to just make music that they just want to make in that point in time. And that for certain artists, it works for them, that they can have one genre for their entire life and it works for them. And that's great. You know what? They can do that. They can work with that. But they're not going to be like that, where they don't want to be defined by one genre. They just want to make the music that they want to make and feel, which I love that. I love it when artists can just be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to make this song because, and if it's a rock song, I'm going to make it because, you know what? It's the sound that I feel right now. You know what? I'm going to make a pop song because, you know what? It's the sound that I feel right now. Like how 5 Sauce in 2014 were very pop punk, then punk rock, then very pop, then alternative rock, pop. They're just in all sorts of things right now, right? And I think we can tie that to Olivia Rodrigo, where people are like, oh, she's pop, but she's also like punk, but oh, she's not punk because that's pick. She's a poser. Oh my gosh, don't you dare classify Olivia Rodrigo as punk. Oh, but then she's also doing rock, but why is she also doing, like, it's just like a whole plethora of things that you want to go into, right? And I think even, what song is it that got sued? I think it was Good For You. Yeah, she got almost sued or something. There's a lawsuit involved with Olivia because her song, Good For You, sounded too much like Misery Business by Paramore. And Paramore is another band that I love, that I will get into. I love all their songs. And that's another thing we could talk about when it comes to genres right now. Hold on 2 seconds. But it wasn't Paramore exactly that I think tried to do the lawsuit. It was like their manager or something that tried to do the lawsuit towards Olivia Rodrigo saying, oh, Good For You sounds way too much like Misery Business. We can't be doing that. The song sounds exactly the same. You have to give Haley her writing credits because you're stealing her song. You know, people made a whole fuss about it on TikTok. People made a whole fuss about it on Twitter saying it sounds something like it. Okay, it sounds similar, so why is there a need for a lawsuit? Which I don't... Okay, the thing is, I think there's even like a scientific study saying that we're gonna run out of like original song ideas in 2030 something, 20 or 30 something. It's like we're gonna run out of original songs. That all the melodies are gonna be played to the same thing at a certain point in our lives. Every like melody is not gonna be original anymore. No songs are gonna be original anymore, which sounds insanely depressing to me, honestly. But it's true. Like, if we're gonna be making songs, it's gonna, with like all these creative like melodies, at one point it's gonna run out. You know, the originality stops somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And music has come to such a, and especially with artists online, it's becoming so, no one cares about the music anymore, which makes me sound like I'm 80 years old. It makes me sound like, oh, back in my day. people actually cared about what music meant. But it's true. I feel like no one really cares about the music anymore. People love the drama. People love the behind the scenes of it. People love the social media posts. People love all of it. You know what? And I'm hypocritical because I love the social media posts too. I love seeing what Five Sauce is up to and what the drama behind that is. You know, I love seeing the drama behind the songs are, right? But I mean, I'm not one to go out of my way and be like, oh my God, so Luke wrote this song about Sierra in a really bad light. Why did he do that? Oh my God, are the relationship on the rocks? Oh my God, they weren't posted. They don't post themselves every 2 seconds. Oh my God, what's wrong with them? You know, it's just, I think that people focus way too much on the relationships and way too much on.
Like, do you do that?
I don't do it as much. Maybe when I was younger, I used to do that, but not as much. Like, I think a good example would be like Olivia Rodrigo. How people are like, oh my gosh, freaking, I love this song that Olivia Rodrigo put out. Yes, my stutter. Sorry. I love the song that you put out, but oh my goodness, did you hear about the drama behind it? Oh, Joshua Bassett. Oh my goodness, Sabrina Carpenter. Oh my gosh, they're horrible human beings because Olivia wrote her feelings about them. You know. But that sucks. That like I think even Harry Styles said in like one interview, yes, bringing that in, that people would ask him like, so who is the song about? Who? Because Harry Styles is one of the people that people love to throw in the limelight. Like, oh my gosh, it's Harry Styles. I need to know everything about him. Oh, he's a womanizer. Oh my God, I love to make all these stereotypes about Harry Styles because it's Harry Styles. I love to talk about him, and you know people love doing that, right? And they would always ask him like, oh, so who's this song about? Like when Perfect came out, they're like, oh, it's obviously about Taylor Swift because red lipstick and blue eyes, whatever. Like, oh, it's obviously about Taylor Swift, right? Like who's about? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, I think no, and they were saying how, oh, like Taylor Swift obviously like writes songs about him. So how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about people writing songs about you? And he was saying how, which I love, he was saying how artists write from experiences. They write from the heart. So if someone is writing a song about him and their relationship, then that's fine. Because guess what? They're writing from their own experiences, and that's what music is. You're writing from the heart. You're writing from what you know, from your knowledge of what had happened to you, you know? And if you had went through a bad breakup or you went through some sort of breakup with him or, you know, like, then so be it, because he does the same thing. How could he be so hypocritical in that way? He's not going to say, oh, Taylor Swift, you can't write a song about me because I don't want you to, and it shines me in a bad light. He's not going to say that. He's always said, that's fine, because guess what? She's writing from the heart. She's writing from what she knows. And he's like, and I do the same thing where he writes about a girl. He writes about someone that he's had something with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all from knowledge. It's all from the heart. It's all from experiences that you've had as an artist. And that's what music is. It's experiences that you write down. And people love to turn to drama about that. So something that I want to point out is I think that with Joshua Bassett, the drama got to be so much, like really bad. Like, I think Joshua Bassett, I was going to say Mr. Bassett. Mr. Bassett.
He's like, what, like your age?
He's like, I know, he's literally like 2 years older than me. Mr. Bassett.
Like, sir.
Sir? I'm thinking about like teachers right now. Oh my God. Anyway, Joshua Bassett, I think he, like a week prior or like days after, I'm not entirely sure the timeline, but around the time that driver's license got released, he ended up in the hospital because he had some sort of condition, heart condition, something wrong with him. And there's a lot of stress and anxiety on him that made this condition even worse. And so imagine when the song came out and everyone in the world is like hating on him, that probably elevated it to like 1 million. You know, like he was in the hospital, like insanely close to actually like dying. Like on it, like he said, like I was close to dying, and no one knew, you know, which is crazy. And to have that song be released and to have all that hate coming towards you is it's a lot to handle, honestly. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's heartbreaking to hear that he had to even go through that, right? But it's not Olivia's fault, right? It's like I said, you're writing from her experiences, and no one can really fault her for that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people love to pin the blame and they're so obsessed with, oh, but we don't like Joshua Bassett now. And I would see so many TikToks about, oh, I hate Joshua Bassett because how could he do this to poor Olivia Rodrigo? How could he? He broke her heart. And it's like, okay, well, that happened. And I'm sorry, right? It happens. And not saying that, yeah, it's between them. And whatever she wants to write about her experiences, she has full she's entitled to write whatever she wants to write about what she wants to write about. He also does a music career. He's an amazing singer. One of my favorite songs from him is called Only a Matter of Time, which oof, if you have not heard that song, go listen to that song. It is lyrically so beautiful. Them and their lyrics, wow, amazing. But I would see all these TikToks saying, "Oh wow, I don't like Joshua Bassett now because how dare he do this to poorly." Like Olivia can handle herself, you know. She doesn't need anyone defending her in that sort of way. She just wanted to write from her heart and from her experiences and what she went through, which was heartbreak.
Drama, though. That's what they like.
Yeah, they love drama. And again, I'm not gonna sit here and be like hypocritical and be like, "Oh, I don't follow in that." When I do, how do you think I know all this? Because I was a part of it. I'm not saying that I was a part in saying
Wait,
no, I'm not saying that I was a part in like hating Joshua Bassett. I didn't do that. I wasn't like on social media being, "Oh my God, Joshua Bassett," "Oh my God, Olivia Rodrigo." I wasn't saying any of that because still at that point in time I kind of knew like that's just something that you don't do, you know? Because I feel like if you have millions of people saying of how much of a horrible person you are for just basically breaking up with somebody is so, I don't know. And the fact that we don't even know that they dated or that they even, or if he even broke up with her, which maybe from the context we probably could think that maybe they did date, maybe they didn't, who knows, right? But from things that people are just assuming and saying, "Oh my gosh, you broke her heart and you cheated on her," when he never cheated on her. The song literally says that you didn't cheat, just you were a traitor. But you know what I'm saying? Like people will love to assume everything and be like, "Yes, this is exactly what happened and I hate you for this reason," even though I don't know if it's true or not, you know? It's so...
That's how, like, that, you know, world...
Yeah,
works. Like,
especially Twitter.
Your private life, your love life is just open to the public.
Yeah, once you become a celebrity, all that goes out the window.
Exactly.
Once, like, all of it just goes out the window. Like, your love life, your everything life, your public, your personal life, all out the window. It's no longer something so secluded to you. It's all, you know? But that's part of being a celebrity, which is, like, so sucky to say, right? Like, oh, you know what? I mean, you can't complain because you're so... Yeah, I do think that celebrities can complain about it because it's, first of all, it's just, you know? It's just rude. But I think that people, especially on Twitter, like, we have it so much to our, like, hands now that we can just talk about whatever we want to now. And so I think over, like, the pandemic, I think a lot of people got a lot more confident, like, just saying stuff online in general. It's like people will say all these crazy things about all these people online. It's like, okay, but would you say that in real life to their face? No, you wouldn't. Because you're hiding behind a screen. And that sounds so cliche, right? Oh, you're hiding behind a screen. Oh my God, you're bullied, right? It sounds so cliche, but it's true. Like, you would never say that to the person in real life because you're scared. You're scared. That sounds so like, oh my God, I'm attacking. But it just kind of feeds the fire. You know, it's instigating and it's bandwagoning hate. I remember in middle school, I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I hate Taylor Swift." And people would ask me, "Well, why do you hate Taylor Swift?" And I'm like, "Oh, just because, like, yeah, you know, don't you too?" Because at that time, like, she was being hated on, called a snake, whatever. But, like, everyone in the world just hated Taylor Swift. And I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, I totally hate Taylor Swift too." People would be like, "Well, why do you hate her?" I'm like, "Oh, because, you know, yeah." And they're like, "Well, you're not giving me a very good reason of why you hate this person." Like, "Oh, because, you know, like, I didn't have a reason to hate her. I just hated her because guess what? People were doing that. People hated on her, so I hated on her too. Why? Bandwagoning hate. That happens, like I said earlier, to, like, songs, to movies. Like, my favorite movie, like, all time is, like, Frozen. Well, Disney movie, right? I love Frozen.
Which one or two?
The first one. I love the first one so much. Oh, my God. The second one's just as good, right? Maybe even better, but I love the first one, right? But people like now are like, "Oh my gosh, like, why do you love Frozen? Like, Tangled is so much better. Oh my goodness, I can't believe you love Frozen is so overrated. Oh my gosh, like, everyone, like, Let It Go, so, like, oh my gosh." Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. You're bandwagoning hate. And if I ask them, like, "Okay, well, why do you hate Frozen? Like, why do you hate that movie?" They're like, "Oh, because, like, it's so overrated." Okay, and that's, like, a good reason to hate it.
I don't like the movie.
But why? Do you have a reasoning?
Yeah,
if you have a reasoning, I'm totally okay with that.
Like,
I'm totally okay with you having a reason.
I don't like musicals and movies.
Okay.
I don't like it. Personally, I think the movie as a story, one or two are awesome. I have a really good time, but I get boring when they're, like, just singing. I don't know. It's just me. Like,
See,
the only one that I love is the Muppets. Is the
I love the
only
Muppets.
one. Yeah, like,
I love the
besides
Muppets.
that one,
I
just don't like it. But I don't think I hate the movie. I
Yeah.
just don't like it.
I get you. No, and that's the thing. That's totally within your right to not like something, right? It just becomes, to me, like, there's a line. Like, if you hate on something and you have a reason for hating it, then okay, I'm not gonna. That's your own, like, judgment, opinion. But if you're hating on something just because you want to hate on it, to me that's just like spiteful and like annoying. It's like, okay, you have no reason to hate on this show or song or artist, so why are you hating on it, you know? If like you said right now, like, oh, I don't really like musicals, there you go. I didn't really like Frozen because I'm not really into the song. There you go. That's totally within your right. But if you're just saying it just to say it, it's kind of like, well, are you just wagoning hating and like saying all this stuff on the internet for what, you know? It's, I don't know. It's
I
not
mean,
doing.
it was with, I don't know, with Lil Nas when he said that he was officially gay.
Yeah.
Remember all that hate just because.
Just because he said it.
Yeah, just because he said it, because they thought it was like a marketing,
Mm-hmm.
they say like strategy, but that was not. And he got a lot of hate at the beginning, but
Yeah.
then it turns into a good one because a lot of LGBTQ plus
Mm-hmm.
start supporting him.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, I mean, it can turn good or bad. Oh, you have like both of them, but which one is more toxic? I think is the one that will shine.
Yeah.
Or like highlight you.
I think, first of all, I love him so much. Lil Nas is like an amazing artist and performer, and I love him like, oh my god, like he really, from Old Town Road to now, whoa, he's been insane, and to like come out to the public like that is like, because you're gonna get a lot of hate, which is so unfortunate, right? People are just gonna have so many opinions on everything, right? I mean, and it's so like, oh, just shut up. just let people be who they want to be, you know? People have all the opinions in the world, and people think that they have the right to have a say in someone's sexuality, when it's like, just shut up. Because they're gonna be like little kids who look up to him. There are like little kids who look up to him, like, for example, like Jojo Siwa. Like when she came out, everyone's like, oh my god, like, do you know how many kids like look up to her, who like, because she's like affiliated with like Nickelodeon, and like she's like a huge like star, you know, like and that's so cool that kids can look up to these artists who are out and like are proud to be themselves. And oh my god, I love it. I love that stuff. And you know what, if anyone has any bad opinions on that, then shut up. That's all I got to say to you. Okay, I'm gonna play a little song for you, and then I'm gonna get into the track list of Sour. Enjoy Summer Moon 5. And we're back. Okay, so I want to get into Olivia Rodrigo's what's it called? I was gonna say set list, track list. Well, is she going on tour? I heard like rumors, right? Or is she going on, or she's doing things, right? But I think she did a festival not too long ago, and people were screaming the lyrics. Like, she is like the next big thing. Like, I'm so proud of her. Like, from where she started to where she is like right now, like, whoa, her success has been insane, and people love to hate on her. That's something that I was talking about, bandwagon hate. Like, if you can give me a good reason why you hate Olivia Rodrigo, you can't. You can't. Because she's doing amazing right now, and she's doing, like, insanely awesome with all of her, like, successes. And people are like, oh, my God, she's so overrated. Okay. Well, she's living her best life, and she does not care about what those bad comments are, which I love. But she performed at a festival, and people knew all the like every like hundreds of people there like knew all the lyrics to all of her songs. It's absolutely insane. I think she already has 2 songs in the a billion stream, like the playlist. There's like a playlist on Spotify. It's called the 1 Billion Club, and it's been played like 1 billion times. I think she has 2 songs in there already, which is insane. I think it's Driver's License, and I think it's Good For You. I think if from my memory, if that's correct, but that's crazy to already have like 1 billion streams on a song that came out in May. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The success she's having is insane, and I'm hoping that she can make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how people are like, oh, well, she's a new artist, she'll go away in like a year from now she won't be relevant anymore. Which I don't think so. I think Miss Rodrigo is here to stay. So the track list on Sour, she has 11 songs. Number 1, Brutal. Number 2, Traitor. Number 3, Driver's License. Number 4, One Step Forward, 3 Steps Back. Number 5, Deja Vu. Number 6, Good For You. Number 7, Enough For You. Number 8, Happier. Number 9, Jealousy, Jealousy. Number 10, Favorite Crime. Number 11, Hope You're Okay. Which, she has great song titles, by the way. And I love the way that she writes most of them. Like she has a whole like aesthetic she has going on for her, right? Like the whole like, this is gonna sound mean, but it's not supposed to be mean. But it's like the whole, oh, teenage girl, Y2K, kind of cute little stamp books thing, cute little things, cute little I'm texting on my phone type of thing. Makes me sound so mean. I swear I'm not trying to be. But you get what I'm saying, right? She has this whole like aesthetic to her that works for her, and she's doing amazing with it, right? Like, for example, like, good for you is spelled good with the 4 and then you, but like the letter U, not the name you. But then enough for you is spelled like enough for you, like the proper, I guess you want to call it proper way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then hope you're okay is you are okay, except of your, it's just different ways of spelling it to fit in with her aesthetic. And if you look at her Instagram and her social media, you'll see that she is like, that's like kind of her whole like shtick kind of thing, where she'll wear like these really cute clothes that are really in right now. She's very trendy. To me, she's possibly like a trendsetter because she wears things, and the way she does her hair, to me, maybe it's like a little bit planned. It probably is, like we have a team like that, right? And a little bit not authentic, which I think she has so much to say in her songs that are so beautiful, and a lot of the times her social media can say otherwise, like as in not 100% genuine, which I get. She's a pop star, she's rising. It's gonna be like that for a while. I'm pretty sure that's the same way that Ariana Grande was, where for a while she wasn't as authentic as she is now, not as genuine. And I can say that because I was an Ariana fan from the very, very start of her career. Like, again, all the music opinions I have are tough love. I love all these artists. I swear I don't hate them. It's just tough love. Like, the first song that Ariana ever released was a song called Put Your Hearts Up, and it was her in a big pink dress, fluffy dress, and her red hair from Victoria's, and it was like, and then put your hearts up, yeah, and put your hearts up, yeah, and I'm like, okay, girl, that is not something that Miss Grande would release today. Okay. It's not authentic, it's not genuine, but it's what I'm assuming her label told her to put out at that time. So to me, Olivia's songs are insanely genuine and like true and like validating to like so many other like teenage girls or just people in general. It doesn't have to be teenage girls. It can be people who are just feeling the same way that she's felt in their life. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of what she posts on Instagram is a little bit not genuine, which, like I said, happens to every artist when they're first starting out, where they're not really allowed in a say. I mean, maybe she does have a say in what she does, but I think it's just something about it. I don't know. But I'm gonna get into the album because I love this album very much. So, it's so, listening it overall, like if you want me to give you like a rating, I would give it like a 9 out of 10. Only saying a 9 out of 10 because I would want at least like 2 more songs in there to really explain more of what it was, or 1 more song to really close it up better. Because I feel like the last song, it's actually one of my favorite songs. Lyrically, I think it's amazing. But it doesn't really have anything to do with what I think she was talking about with this entire album. But it does tie into it, but not really. It talks about, I hope that you're okay. Like talking about all the people that she's met in her lifetime that like, oh, I hope that this person that I thought about so much in my lifetime, like, how are you doing right now? Are you doing okay? Which I just love that. I just love that whole message. Like I hope that you're doing good right now. I think it's so sweet and so genuine and so nice and just something so beautiful about it. I don't know. I just think she really does kill it when it comes to lyrics, and I just think that she validates so many other people's feelings on certain topics that people might not feel, that maybe people feel invalidated about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she has a great way of listing like simple things, but making it so, like, making it matter so much. Like in Brutal, she's like, I'm not cool, I'm not smart, and I can't even parallel park. And people are like, oh my god, you're being so quirky. Like, no, she's mad. Like, she's like, and she's so upset at herself, and she's so sad. That's what the entire song to me just sounds like sadness. Brutal to me is like angst, right? But it's also just sadness. It's so relatable to so many people. To me especially, I relate to that song a lot, which is a lot to say, right? But like, you just think of yourself in such a negative light, and a lot of the times, and that whole lyric, she's like, I'm not cool, I'm not smart, and I can't even parallel, which means like, you wouldn't really go into it, like which means like, so this thing should be so simple, and yet I can't do it. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm never gonna be that good enough. It's so ooh. I love that she talks about that stuff. Let me get into my top 5. Number 1 is Brutal. We just played it for you. Yes. Number 2 is Hope That You're Okay, or Hope You're Okay, because I just think the lyrics in that song are just so beautiful. Like, I know, beautiful. Wait, no, I'm talking about the wrong song. But you know what I'm saying? Hope that you're okay. I can't think of the melody in my head right now because those 2 songs have the same melody in my head. Anyway, number 3, Traitor. Oh my god, Traitor. You'll be me, and I know that you'll never feel sorry for the way I heard you and you talked to her when we were together. Loved you at your worst, but that didn't matter. It took you 2 weeks. Oh my God, I can go on. I can go on. Thank you. Thank you. Not me showing off. I love that song. That is, wow, lyrically such a beautiful song. Number 4, Good for You. And good for you, you look happy and healthy. Not me, if you only care to ask. Oh my God. Number 5 is Driver's License. Got my driver's license last week. It's like we always talked about. Honorable mentions. Favorite Crime. I don't know why it's not higher up in the list. I couldn't tell you. I think I just have like an emotional attachment to all 5 of these songs. But Favorite Crime lyrically is something so. Oof. Well, I hope I will. Oh my God. Okay. And another honorable mention would be Jealousy. Jealousy. All your friends are so cool. You're out every night. And your dad is not sky. Yeah, you're living the life. What a good song.
You're
but
feeling it in the studio, you know, like people are like, hey.
Like, hey. No, but it's so relatable, you know, like, oh my God, like you see people's lives through Instagram pictures and you're like, oh my God, like jealousy, like, oh my God, like you're out here living this amazing life. Well, good for you. Oh my God, I can make so many puns. Well, good for you. Hope you're okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna puns.
That's how social media works, you know?
Exactly. That's how social media works. It literally shows you people's life in pictures that could be true, may not be true. You'll never know. And then you see them out with their friends, hanging out by themselves. And you're like, oh my God, like they're living the life right now. And then that may not be even the case. You know, like it's so crazy that like you just, oh my God, they're living their best life right now because I see through this one Instagram picture that yes, they're living their best life. You know,
it's just
it's crazy.
I mean, it says I was listening to some random guy, I don't remember where, but it says you're never gonna post an Instagram picture that you look bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yourself, you're gonna put it
exactly.
This looks horrible.
Yeah, and you'll take millions of pictures to make sure you're not posting one that looks horrible because as soon as you do,
I mean, I don't know, like a
people,
camera, you know, like 4K, 5K.
Yeah, that points out every single flaw in the world.
NASA that you can like see like so good.
And then you just turn to the filters on Snapchat, or you turn to like face tuning it on Insta or whatever you want to do, and you're like, wow. Like I try not to face tune or do any of that stuff to my posts. I think my most recent one has like the filters on it, and that's like as far as I'll go as like face tuning, I guess when you call it. I'll only ever use filters, which is still bad. That's not. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, that's not as bad. It's bad. Like it's still bad that I even, you know, like did that to myself. I don't know.
Generate like Olivia Rodrigo, as you're saying. I think your photos are genuine.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. But I think to close it off a little bit, I'll just play one more song for you, but I don't think I'll be able to. But I guess to close off the album, in general, I just think it's something that's so. I can play a song? Okay. I'm gonna play a song and then I'll do a little outro for you, okay? Sick. I was told I could do a song. Okay, here is Break Free by Ariana Grande. Sick. Okay. So yes, we have to close it. We should close this short. I know. Oh, sad. Hey, exactly. Thank you. My 2 million fans are out there listening right now, I'm sure.
I mean, you got a lot of texts, you know.
I did, which is nice. Please chat more, guys, if you can. It'd be awesome. It'd be great. Love hearing from all 2 million of my fans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding. But yeah, Olivia Rodrigo, I love her. I think she's amazing. I can't wait to see what else she does in her career because I think she absolutely kills it every time. She's killing it with her performances. She's killing it with her outfits. She's killing it as a person. I think she's so genuine and so sweet and so nice. I love her album. I think it's relatable in so many ways, especially if you've ever been heartbroken. I've never been heartbroken, thank God. Well, relationship wise, but if you've ever been heartbroken, I feel like you can relate, or even in general, you can relate to a lot of what she's saying in her songs. So she makes you feel like you're validated, you know, that your feelings that you feel as a teenager are not invalidated, because people will be like that, like, oh, okay girl, get over it, you're a teenager. Like, no, like you still have feelings, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that music is really awesome that way. It's like a gateway to telling you that you're gonna be okay. So I don't know, I love the album. I love her songs. I love Brutal. I think that's such a good song. Oh my God. Yeah, hope all of you enjoyed today. Please, in the little chat box, tell me what other albums and songs I should do next, what albums or artists I should do next. If you know me, if you know my Instagram, you know any of that, text me. If you know my personal number, just text me. If you know me, text me. Tell me which artists I should do next. Next week I might do Harry Styles, might do more Five Styles, might do Paramore. We'll see what comes up. Whatever I'm feeling.
Said that we are the BBs.
Justin,
Vivians, sorry.
Justin, my brother, hi Justin, says that we are the Vivians.
Vivians, yeah.
I'll say Vivi. Oh,
She's
ew.
killing that song. You're killing this show too.
Nice. Thank you, Justin, and Alexis and Estefania who tuned in. Love you guys. Okay, awesome. Hope this was a good one. Yeah, text me about more things. And yeah, that was Olivia Rodrigo's Hour. Thank you and bye.